Top 10 Best Moments of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man Movie, ranked. What's up guys, hope you are doing well. In today's video, we are going to talk about the top 10 best moments of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man movie. So without any further ado, let's get started. Number 10. First swing. Peter is bitten by a spider while on a school trip in 2002's Spider-Man movie. After realizing that he's now super powerful and he doesn't need glasses, he moves to the rooftops to test whether he'd be able to swing from one building to another. This was the moment that many people were waiting to see on the big screen, and Tobey Maguire brought humor to the scene. He goofily tries a number of unique methods without getting any success before eventually cracking the code. Well, he swings straight into a closed building, making him believe that he needs a lot more practice. Number 9. Uncle Ben's demise. The best superhero actors are capable of nailing the romantic moments, and Tobey Maguire did this during the 2002 film when he discovered the loss of Uncle Ben. Ben Parker is shot while waiting to receive his nephew and passes away on the streets. Not only does Tobey express the feelings of grief, but his anger also appeared to be pretty realistic. Peter chases down Dennis Carradine, who then falls to his death while under pressure. It wouldn't be until 2 films later when Peter Parker realizes Carradine wasn't responsible, and Flint Marko was the actual killer. Number 8. Upside-down kiss. There have been many lovely attractions in Spider-Man films in the past few years. Gwen Stacy was involved during the 2 Amazing Spider-Man films, while Zendaya's MJ is the girlfriend of Tom Holland's Peter in the MCU. But before Kirsten Dunst, who played Mary Jane during the Raimi trilogy and was involved in one of the most iconic kisses in Hollywood history. We are referring to their upside-down kiss, which takes place after Peter has just crushed a gang of criminals who were targeting her. Mary Jane is far from happy, however. Gwen Stacy in a similar fashion in Spider-Man 3. Number 7. Defeating Norman Osborn. Peter Parker is dragged to his limits during the 2002 Spider-Man film, with Norman Osborn proving to be a pretty tough villain to beat. Well, in the movie's final battle, he's able to avoid the Green Goblin from causing some more chaos by getting the better of him. Norman attempts to kill Spidey using his glider, but the student just jumps over it, and the Oscorp Kingpin kills himself. It's a turning point for Peter, indicating he's got what it takes to win against the very bad guys in the game. It's also important for the trilogy itself, setting the tone for what's to follow. Norman's demise isn't really the end of the Goblin, and just the beginning, with Harry Osborn following in his father's footsteps 2 films later. Number 6. Accepting Peter Parker. In Spider-Man 2, Peter's goal to stop Dr. Octopus from demolishing New York is made trickier when he loses his strengths. This happens because of the amount of stress in his life, with financial problems, Mary Jane, Aunt May, Harry Osborn, and Otto Octavius, all things going on in his mind. This then leads Peter to get his life in order. Tobey shows Peter's struggle brightly with his best performance as the character. No one can swing from building to building, and it felt so relatable that we get to really see the other side to the superhero, which is really refreshing. Past directors often chose to concentrate on big action sequences rather than character studies, and this was the exception to the standard. Number 5. Taking back his powers. But while we enjoyed watching Maguire as a powerless Peter, Spider-Man 2's best action moments came when he's back in the game. Peter wastes no time in returning to his second job, snatching his suit from the Daily Bugle office and J. Jonah Jameson himself. He then takes the fight to Doc Ock, despite the odds being piled up against him. This leads to a sensational fight on top of a moving train, a scene that had fans on the edge of their seats. It's possibly the most memorable moment in Spider-Man 2, and that speaks volumes given it's been 16 years since the film came out. Number 4. Go and get them Tiger. It appears as if Peter and Mary Jane are destined to be together when she wants to date Spider-Man, regardless of the evident challenges involved. As Mary Jane and Peter start to open up about their emotions, a police alert goes off. This forces Spider-Man into leaving, with Kirsten Dunst's character saying, "Go get them Tiger," as he jumps off his balcony and towards the problem. But Maguire's obliviousness towards Mary Jane's natural emotions is a clear hint at what's to follow. The pair's connection is on the rocks during the events of Spider-Man 3, which brings us to our next point. Number 3. Angry phase. A symbiote appears to Earth during the early stages of the final Raimi film, and with Peter's anger surging, locks itself onto Spider-Man. This changes our hero, who becomes unique in more ways. He becomes positive and arrogant, sports all-black attire, and also gets himself a gothic haircut. While it's really cringy at times and has demonstrated to be meme content over the years, it's exciting seeing another side of Peter's character. Even if it makes for some sensitive viewing at times. It takes great courage to shed the symbiote, and Peter is only just able to get out of its grips, with the magical substance then latching itself on Eddie Brock. Number 2. I forgive you. It takes true courage to toe a line as a hero. And Peter indicates this at the end of Spider-Man 3, exhibiting great heart to forgive Flint Marko for killing Uncle Ben years previously, and uniting with Venom. Peter could have been freed for expecting to kill Sandman, especially in the moments after close friend Harry Osborne is stabbed by his own glider. Instead, he takes the spiritual high ground and shows that everybody has an intention, and doing evil things only brings more cruelty into the world. This internal strength is why everyone loves his character, and why the ending of Spider-Man 3 is addressed magnificently. Number 1. Asking Mary Jane to dance. Superhero films usually end on an encouraging note, with the good guys overthrowing the bad guys and everybody living happily ever after. However, Spider-Man 3 closes on a somber note. Harry Osborne perishes and Peter, soon after the funeral, extends his hand to Mary Jane. This is a testament to the character's mental strength and decent attitude. Even after everything that's happened, and after everything he's done wrong, he knows he must make a stand and improve things. In asking Mary Jane to dance, he's not just trying to fix their connection, but he's also taking the first steps to forgiving himself. Alright, that's it for today's video. But before we confess our final goodbye, please note new videos are uploaded regularly on a wide variety of topics. Comment on our video to let us know what you want to see next. If you like watching our content, please consider subscribing to our channel by clicking the subscribe button down below. Thanks for watching.